It's my really good fortune today to have Catherine Sherman here to do the little presentation of this new Kawandi. So she was very helpful in making it happen because she gave me quite a few of the pieces that I ended up putting in this. So, Catherine?
Okay.
What a privilege.
It is a huge privilege to be a friend of Margaret Fabrizio. I think we all agree.
Yay!
Yay!
So I think about the word unveiling, and I love that Margaret has created this liturgy of unveiling by inviting us to her space to see a new piece of work. And when she is making the work, I think it is also unveiling itself to her in the parts that she finds along the way. However she finds them, there's a story that's being unveiled. So it is my honor to unveil. Oh, it just came up.
Wow.
And Margaret tells me the name of this piece is Bubbles. Bubble? Or
Bubbles.
Bubbles, Bubbles.
Yeah. Oh.
So I'll just give everyone a minute to take it in.
Beautiful.
And when she told me the name of the piece, I thought, well, I've been thinking a lot about the phrase unveiling, but bubbles is a very hopeful idea of things bubbling up and being vibrant and alive. And so I hope that that idea can inspire us. I will say, I just love this. I'm so thrilled that you received the pieces and added them to the quilt. So I love to find what I call color and pattern across period and place. So I love looking for vintage fabrics, and in my travels, I think at a thrift shop somewhere, possibly in the UK, I found a skirt that had this leaf pattern in it, and I wasn't sure what I would do with it, but I knew the fabric was really special. So I cut it apart, but then it told me it didn't belong with me, and I thought, well, maybe Margaret would like it, I don't know. So I mailed it to her, along with these little pieces I'm recognizing now. And this was a Christian Lacroix jacket. Am I saying the right designer? Yes, that I found at a vintage shop in New Jersey with my cousin. And this was another piece on the outside that had those curves of the leaf shape that, you know, these were manufactured in very different worlds, but in Margaret's imagination, they can all come together. And with Kawandi, as Margaret, who traveled to India, learned, you build the quilt from the outside in. You are, oh, I'm just, yeah, love the edges too. The fuli, is it the fuli? Is that what it's called, the corners?
A fula.
The fula. So you're starting at the outside, and it's really a step of faith. You don't know what the quilt will become, but you start, and then you're adding the stitches and adding the pieces as they're talking to Margaret. Margaret has just taken Kawandi to the next level, and more applause. I could keep talking. I just love how you're connecting these shapes. There's like circles and diamonds and dots and curves, colors.
So Margaret, I have a question for you. How did the name bubble come to this surface
And were you thinking about it? Did you put that name after or before?
They're always named after. I'm flying blind. I start blind, I don't know where I'm going.
Should I video you
It-
while you're talking?
It's an adventure.
Do you want to stand by the globe,
The
Margaret?
name, I mean, I looked at that, I don't know about you, but I saw bubbles, so I called it Bubbles.
Stand by the globe.
What I have a feeling for bubble is that we live in a bubble.
Do you want to stand by?
I
the
think
globe?
somebody around me had a pin.
More than one.
At
Or
some
any
point,
burst, any
I
burst.
think my bubble has popped.
Your bubble is, you're still bubbling, Margaret.
Fortunately, it just happened. They just happened.
You surrender to the process and just,
Well, I don't think I'm surrendering.
well, I mean, that you just do.
Whenever I start a Kiwandi, I feel like I'm taking off on an adventure. I don't know where I'm going, I don't know what's going to happen. I see people online making Kiwandis. They're not doing it like that. They're laying everything out first. They get it all planned out and then they just sew it. If you do this, say, okay, I'm on the edge. I had 10 of these. So I got to this row here. So this piece, here's how it entered. For weeks it was flopping around until I got into it, you know. You don't know, that's the fun of it, is the not knowing. If you lay it all out first, you're safe. Not my way.
You are adventurous.
Yeah, risk. I think risk is important. So thanks all for coming.
No, it's not.
Thank you, it's beautiful.
I like the vibrancy of it.
And then, of course, I,
Yes.
That's right.
see, if you never throw anything away,
You'll find a use for it someday.
you know, oh, that coat, oh yeah, where is that? I took this to Nairobi and wore it all the time there for when I had my show there. Yeah.
When was that, Margaret?
That was my last trip, 2019. Exactly 5 years ago. I got home, when a shutdown came. That was the end. And so then I had my 90th birthday. Not a big party. Everybody was locked down.
What day is your birthday?
Ides of March. Beware.
So are you gonna be 95 this year, Margaret?
95 is coming.
So you're gonna have a big party? Are you gonna have a big party this year then? to
No,
make up
no,
for it?
I've had my parties. I had, you know, big parties. I don't need any more.
I filmed all of that.
Do you want me to keep going?
That's okay, thank you. Yeah, sure.